Gresham along with Jillian Furtick here on the morning show on KBTV Fox 4. We've been talking about this all morning long. Kind of an unusual situation. Some cattle getting out in Chambers County creating chaos.
Yeah, there were some accidents reported earlier this morning. A helicopter's been involved in the search.
Yeah. And some good old-fashioned cowboying going on this morning. Let's check out with Kelsey Borza. And did I see some calf roping underway there?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of action going on here in the Stoll area. And right now we're at the very end of Main Street in Stoll, and it ends at somebody's property. So if you can see over in the field over here where there are a bunch of trucks and trailers and that silver barrier there, inside of that corral is where they have about 50 or 60 head of cattle, we're told. They were able to get them in there and contain them. And now we have a ton of residents in this area who have been pulling in with trucks and trailers. And this trailer over here, they just loaded up with as many cattle as they could to get them back to the ranch in which they belong. So it has been really great to see this good old boy system at work here. I mean, I've seen at least 24 men and women on horses who are riding around the area, and if they're not actually corralling the animals, they are looking for them. And we'll hear occasionally, oh, I think there's one in the woods over here. Oh, I think there's one down this street over here. So they're kind of scattered, and it's a little bit of a mess right now, but they are trying to locate as many as they possibly can. And I'm sure it's going to be one of those situations that's lasting all day long out here, where they hear reports of one or two more over here, one or two more over here. So I know this area is where they found a large bunch of them this morning. And like I said, right now they're just kind of working on roping them up. We had one get loose outside of the corral here, and they were able to rope him, tie him down, get him controlled, and now they're inside of there working on getting the rest of them out and into the next trailer. So a lot of activity going on here in Stoll this morning, but everybody seems to be in pretty good spirits, helping each other out and doing the best they can to help out the person that these belong to.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard, I'm not sure yet who exactly these belong to this morning.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, you have any idea exactly how many obviously got out, and whether or not we've heard reports of some incidents with cars and motorists, right, actually be striking some of the cattle?
Yes, so earlier this morning we did see the remnants of one accident on 124 involving a pretty big white van and a steer. So that steer had died. It was lying kind of off of the roadway on 124 this morning. We've heard anywhere from 1 to 200, but I've only actually, heard about this group of about 50, and then the one that was dead on the road. So I'm not sure if there are 150 still left roaming around out there, or if maybe that number was a little off this morning.
Yeah, and there were earlier reports of the cattle getting as far as I-10. Have you heard anything else about that?
I have not, and I didn't see any. When we came off I-10 and went through Winnie and came down towards Stoll, I did not see anything up in that area. Like I said, we heard reports of that, but I didn't see any pictures or any videos surfacing of any cattle up in the area of I-10.
All right.
But who knows? They could be scattered far and wide by now.
Yeah, I was going to say, and again, to this point, no roads closures or anything like that that people need to be aware of in that area?
Not any main thoroughfares. If there are, like they had a little portion of Main Street in Stoll here blocked off for a period of time, but then they'll let people through. And the same with Highway 65, the next street over from here. They had a portion of that blocked off while a bunch of these cowboys were in the middle of the road. So I think the police officers are just kind of keeping an eye out for where the activity is happening, and then they'll kind of block the traffic to keep everybody safe.